The movie starts with a girl named Paget waking up, immediately doing her makeup, and then going live online to talk to her followers. Paget is an influencer who answers queries and provides beauty advice to her fans. After a while, she gets ready for school and leaves her stylish pink room, stepping into a narrow hallway in a regular-looking house. She chats briefly with her mom, who talks about working long hours at the hospital to cover the bills. Paget then excitedly opens her mail and discovers a $3,000 check from a brand she endorses. She wants to use it to buy more branded shoes, but her mother advises her to save some money for college. We then see how her influencer career and brand endorsements bring in substantial money. To keep up appearances, she pretends to live in a fancy house by hanging out at a posh apartment building and having her friends pick her up there. Later, her best friends Alden and Quinn arrive in a convertible, and they all head out to surprise Paget's boyfriend, Jordan, who is shooting a music video. The scene shifts to two siblings, Bryn and Cameron, riding in a car on their way to school. Cameron is an unpopular student that no one knows much about, and even his sister Bryn is embarrassed to be seen with him, so she mostly avoids him. His only friend is a girl named Nisha, who is also a misfit like him, and they get along well. Bryn admires Jordan's music, so Cameron mocks her by calling it lame and unreal. The scene shifts back to Paget, who arrives at Jordan's shooting location. She has baked a cake for him, and before entering Jordan's trailer, asks Alden to live stream the event on TikTok so her followers can see it. When she walks in, she is shocked to see Jordan kissing one of the backup dancers. The girl immediately apologizes to Paget and shakes her hand, stating that she is a big fan. Enraged, Paget starts throwing the cake and has a major meltdown in front of her millions of fans. She yells at Jordan that they are done, and Alden points out that she is still live. Horrified, Paget looks at the phone, revealing her tear-stained face, smudged mascara, and runny nose. She then forcefully snatches the phone from Alden's hands and ends the live stream. The following day, Paget feels distressed and doesn't want to leave her room. Her mother arrives and informs her that breakups are complicated, but things will get better. Paget responds that it's not just the breakup, but also being humiliated in front of all of her fans. Just then, Quinn calls to check on her. Paget claims she's okay and is relieved that Jordan was exposed and that everyone now hates him. However, Quinn urges her to log into TikTok immediately to see what's going on. Paget then goes online and finds that she is going viral for the wrong reasons. A big snot bubble was coming out of her nose when she was crying. Now she's known as Bubble Girl. The viral video has turned her into a meme, robbing her of her perfect girl image. She then receives a phone call from Jessica, CEO of the beauty product company that sponsors her. Jessica ends the contract with Paget because of the embarrassing situation and tells her they can work together again in the future when things settle down. Meanwhile, at school, Quinn and Alden discuss the incident, with Alden claiming that Paget had it coming. Quinn is surprised and asks if Alden means Paget deserved what happened. Alden clarifies that she didn't mean it that way, but with Paget's high GPA, attractive boyfriend, and corporate sponsor, something had to give eventually. When Paget arrives at school, everyone continues to mock her while Jordan gains more attention and fans. Paget and her friends reminisce about the time when Jordan was an overweight, awkward guy with bad hair. Paget claims that makeovers are her specialty and that she transformed Jordan into who he is today. Her friends then suggest she create another Jordan. Just then, there's an announcement about the upcoming Prom King and Queen contest. Paget gets the idea of giving a makeover to an unpopular guy and making him prom king. This would prove her talent and also annoy Jordan. Alden bets her that she can't pull it off, and the three of them set out to find the perfect candidate for this project. Later, they come across Cameron, who is photographing a garbage can, claiming he finds it deep. Quinn searches him online and only finds a single tweet from 2 years ago that says no. Cameron is strange, egotistical, and antisocial, and he's bullied by Jordan, making him the ideal candidate for their bet. The next day, Paget approaches Cameron and requests his help in photographing a fundraising event. He refuses when she mentions the donation is for the prom, which he considers a waste of time. Bryn then apologizes for her brother's behavior and says he despises all students. During their talk, Paget discovers that Cameron volunteers at a horse stable in his free time. The next day, she shows up at the stable and asks for horseback riding lessons. She helps him clean the stable, and he teaches her how to ride. He notices that she takes pictures constantly and makes fun of her. Later, when Paget tries to dismount, they both fall to the ground and laugh together. The next day at school, Paget thanks Cameron for the riding lesson and invites both Cameron and Misha to a karaoke party. Cameron is initially reluctant, but Misha's curiosity convinces him to go. At the party, both Cameron and Misha feel out of place. Paget takes her turn at karaoke and sings beautifully, but Jordan shows up with the girl he cheated with, causing Paget to freeze. Cameron, admiring her singing, rushes to help her avoid more embarrassment. They put on a fantastic performance, earning applause from everyone. Later, Cameron offers Paget a ride home in his truck, and she intentionally leaves her purse behind as an excuse to visit him again. The next morning, Bryn bombards Cameron with questions about him and Paget, making him nervous. Meanwhile, Paget receives a call from Jessica, revealing that her duet video with Cameron has gone viral. Jessica asks about the guy in the video, and Paget replies that he's her next makeover project, aiming to make him even more popular than Jordan. Impressed, Jessica informs her that if she succeeds, brand endorsement will be hers. At Cameron's house, Bryn shows him the viral duet video, causing him to flush with embarrassment. Just then, Paget calls Bryn, mentioning she left something in Cameron's car. Cameron tries to get Bryn to say no. Bryn invites her over. Paget arrives and asks Cameron if they can go for another riding lesson, to which he reluctantly agrees. During the riding lesson, Paget and Cameron start to connect on a deeper level. Paget tells him that she was looking forward to graduating from high school, but now that she has lost her sponsorship, she's unsure what to do with herself. Cameron admits that it sucks, and shares his desire to travel the world and take pictures. He also teases her for constantly capturing pictures of herself for her fans, to which she responds that at least she doesn't take dozens of pictures that no one will ever see. If you're enjoying this movie so far, don't forget to subscribe for more interesting films. He then offers to show Paget what he does, and they arrive at an old but functional train station. Cameron does street photography there, and Paget, having never been to a place like this before, is fascinated. Later, as they're having coffee, Paget asks him why he lives with his grandma. Cameron explains that his father preferred to live in Sweden after their mother died in a car accident, and the camera he uses was once his mother's. Hearing this, Paget opens up about her parents' divorce and how hard her mother works as a nurse to provide for her. Later, Paget invites Cameron to Alden's birthday party, which is going to be Great Gatsby themed. Cameron accepts the invitation, asking if he can bring a few friends along, to which Paget agrees. In the next scene, Paget, Cameron, Misha, and Bryn go shopping for the party's outfit. Paget gives Cameron a makeover, dramatically altering his appearance by cutting his hair and dressing him in a suit. It's now obvious that Paget fancies him. They all go to Alden's party, where everyone is taken aback by Cameron's new look. Jordan is also at the party and, having been dumped by his girlfriend, wants to reconcile with Paget. She rejects him and leaves. Jordan then sets his sights on Bryn and tries to force himself on her. She likes him, but, feeling uncomfortable, leaves and runs into her brother in the crowd, informing him of what just happened. Enraged, Cameron confronts Jordan, leading to a fight where Cameron humiliates Jordan in front of everyone. Seeking revenge, Jordan tosses Cameron's precious camera into the swimming pool. Cameron dives after it and leaves the party with his camera. Paget runs after him and apologizes for Jordan's behavior. Cameron asks why she's suddenly so interested in him. She has no answer. That night, Paget is in her room removing her makeup when she starts a live stream discussing how she always focuses on looks and attitude, but it's more important to see who you surround yourself with. She's interrupted by a text from Jessica, who saw the viral videos from Alden's party and wants to talk about their sponsorship. The next day at school, Cameron finds himself the center of attention due to the viral video of his fight with Jordan. Initially put off by the attention, he realizes that becoming prom king would piss off Jordan, which excites him. Later, Paget unexpectedly encounters Jordan and Alden, who are now a couple. Alden reveals that she has been sabotaging Paget since the breakup, including leaving the live stream running to humiliate her. Alden also reveals that she and Quinn have known Paget is poor, never said anything out of pity. Later, while Paget and Quinn are talking, Cameron arrives and apologizes for his behavior. After school, he takes Paget to a dark room where he keeps his photographs and they kiss. After learning about the kiss, Bryn advises Cameron to ask Paget to prom. He agrees and makes a grand gesture to invite Paget to prom. However, Alden appears and reveals her bet with Paget to transform a loser into the prom king. Devastated, Cameron believes Paget was only using him for the bet. Paget tries to explain. Cameron curses and rushes away in anger. Days later, on the evening of the prom, Paget has a heartfelt conversation with her mom before heading to the event alone. She also talks with Bryn, who is quite upset with her. Despite the tension, Paget admits her feelings for Cameron and asks Bryn for help in getting him to the prom. Bryn finds Cameron at work and shares how he's been returning to his true self while spending time with Paget. She reminds him that they lost their mother and urges him not to lose Paget as well. At the prom, Paget and Jordan are crowned prom queen and king. In her speech, Paget opens up about her true self, admitting that her social media persona is fake. She shows pictures of her real house and reveals that her mother works as a nurse. She decides to give up her crown, acknowledging she's been pretending to be someone she's not. Alden believes she will now be crowned prom queen. The principal announces that another student, Celeste, is the actual new prom queen. Outside the prom, Paget receives a text from Cameron saying he loved her speech. He then rides up on a horse to see her. They apologize to each other and share a heartfelt kiss. The scene shifts to a few months later as Paget broadcasts from Portugal with Cameron. They're traveling around the world together this summer, and as part of Paget's punishment for losing the bet, they both get loser tattoos. The movie ends with them enjoying their journey together. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to our Flick Recap channel. Let us know how you liked the story in the comments. See you in the next video.